Vicki Kruger. I'm running for the Tribal Council Chair position. My Indian name is Kolutz, which means give me a hug. I come from the Bagley family.
Why do you want to run for council? And if elected, what would you like to contribute or be known for? And what leadership experience do you have working with committees and boards, etc.?
I want to run for the chair position because in the last 5 years that I've been on council, I've noticed that the chair position has more influence on the finances than actually the treasurer position does. What One of the things that I would like to contribute, if you read my position paper, I want to give back 20% of my salary after taxes to encourage children to get good grades and to go to school. Because obviously that's our future, and we need to make sure that kids are do good and encouraged to do good. In my current position, in the last 5 years, I chair all the budget commission meetings, and that's the experience that I have.
Thank you. What successful strategies would you develop to empower our people, and how would you balance the tribe's business interests with cultural identity?
I think it's really important, and I always say that without culture, we would be just like another Matlock. And I speak occasionally of Senator Inouye from the great state of Hawaii, who told tribes that someday in the future, if we don't know our language and our culture, we won't be identified as Native Americans any longer. And one of the things I want to make sure that we do, if I'm elected, is to report back to general body when they bring up concerns to the tribal council.
To ensure the tribal council makes decisions with generations ahead in mind, what changes would you propose?
I think one of the big hot topics that we're going to talk about, and that the if we don't deal with it today, the generations that are coming after me will have to deal with it. But enrollment is one of the biggest. And what you don't understand, or what people don't understand before they get on tribal council, is that one person really by themselves doesn't have any authority and really can't make any changes. But I would encourage, as we've been trying to do, to get enrollment decisions back, get general body to decide what the future of enrollment is going to be, because I believe it's something like almost 90% of our population, if they don't marry tribal members, their kids won't be eligible for enrollment. And that's something that, like I said, if we don't deal with it today, the next generation will have to deal with it. And I really am discouraged of the way all tribes have to do enrollment, because really the only ones that have to show their blood quantum is animals like dogs and horses. And so I'm not happy with the way we do enrollment today. And I'm hoping that of course I can't change anything by myself. I can only continue to do what I do, which is I'm always trying to enforce or ensure that tribal members get first preference in employment, in businesses, and so that I'll just keep singing the same song and dancing the same dance that I've always done. And I've been involved in culture my whole life, and I will continue to be involved in culture. I really love that part of my life and what I do with that.
How would you make our leaders accountable? What, in your opinion, would create more transparency?
I think that if we do more recordings of meetings and do more, one of the things that I started doing since I became treasurer was do annual reports to general body about our basic finances, but like how much we spend in per capita, how much we've given away. And I think things like that, like I mentioned earlier about reporting back to tribal, to the general council or general body about what their issues are. And really, I also believe that attendance is really I think that the general council needs to pay attention to who comes to meetings and who has missed meetings. And I reported in my position paper that in the 5 years I've been here, I might have missed 3 meetings. I think it's more like one, but to be on the safe side, I put that I might have missed three.
What would you do to prepare a tribe for future disasters such as the pandemic or an earthquake?
Oh my gosh, it's been really enlightening having to go through this, watching the world change right in front of us. We need to make sure that our finances, our investments that we do on behalf of the tribe are all protected. We need to make sure that we have that we're self-sufficient in the area of food and water and housing. And I really appreciate the way that we've done things now, but it's brought to light that we need to do more things in the future.
Is there anything else that we didn't touch on that you would like to say to the tribal community?
One of the last things I wanted to add is that tribal people, Indian nations, have always been known for being inclusive. And that one of the things I would like to influence is, instead of being a me, it's all about me, it needs to change to be all about us and not just looking out for yourself, but looking out for everybody. And I really work hard at making sure that my family that isn't first and foremost in the decisions that I make, but rather the interest of all the people. Thank you.